This video is sponsored by Proton. Keep your conversations private and secure using Protonmail. Protonmail is an open source end-to-end encrypted email service that protects you from your email trackers, malware, and phishing with advanced anti-tracking technology. Get started with Protonmail for free using the link in the description below. In today's video, I'm going to be overviewing how applications can spy on you with a spy pixel, and I'll be demonstrating this through a small Python program I wrote and deployed on AWS. Now, this small Python program hosts a 1x1 transparent PNG pixel, and it's hosted up on a URL. And once you navigate to that, it can log your user agent string, your IP address, try to track down your geolocation, as well as when you navigated to that PNG pixel. And I'm going to be using the email ecosystem as a way to demonstrate how spy pixels are often used in marketing emails and just emails in general to see if you've opened an email and try to fingerprint their users, maybe try to target them at the right specific times. So let's go ahead and get in today's video by demonstrating what I've actually done. All right, so the development of this spy pixel was relatively easy. All the code lives out on GitHub here. Feel free to clone and play around with it. But basically, the TLDR of this project is it's a little Python Flask app, which hosts a little image file, which is a 1x1 white transparent pixel. And so in order to host this, I'm just using a basic T2 micro EC2 instances. And when you publicly expose your EC2 instance, you're going to get this public IPv4 DNS name. This is just an easy way to build out a little point of concept environment. If you actually go to the EC2 instance, you're going to see my favorite character, Dwight Schrute from The Office. But if you actually go and do a / image, you're going to see the little white 1x1 transparent pixel. Now, what happens is once you go to this here, what you're going to find is on the back end, if you SSH into the EC2 instance, there is a little log file. So if we do an ls and then just do a tail-f spy pixel logs, what you're going to find is that the timestamp, so when the user requested that URL, the user agent string, as well as the IP address, and in attempting to find the city and geolocation, although IP addresses aren't necessarily going to give you your full geolocation. This is a little VPN that I'm on. It's actually Proton VPN's free VPN subscription. So this is what it logs, but really you're able to find that, hey, this user opened the email at whatever timestamp. They actually received it and opened it. All right, so to actually implement the spy pixel here, I'm up on Gmail, and there are various Chrome extensions you can download, which basically allow you to edit the email content with HTML. So I just downloaded the first one I saw. Here in front of me, we're using that temp mail address as our demo recipient, and we have a marketing email. If we go down to this button here, we edit the email content as HTML. And here we're going to insert a small little HTML tag, which is just a little image tag. So here pasted in front of me is the actual image tag. It has our EC2 instance followed by that image. This is just a little safeguard. Our 1x1 pixel is already in the .png, so we don't have to make a width 1, height 1, but just in case. So here you could add your marketing content and whatever you wanted to do. Close the editor. Let's just go ahead and click send. Going back to Firefox, I will cut to when I received this email here. I actually already received it, so actually clicking this here, you're going to see here is my marketing email and whatever, not a big deal. If we actually go back to our EC2 instance, you're going to see that the email was opened a few times. I had already tested this before doing this demo, but you can see that the email was opened at a specific timestamp. And again, it's trying to identify where this is coming from. I am tucked behind that Proton VPN. But basically, that is how easy it is to implement this. So you can implement this in a mass marketing email if you really wanted to. Now, Gmail has done something in the right direction, and that is each IP address is actually run through their own proxy. So you're not actually going to see the user's ISP issued IP address. You're going to see the Gmail proxy that all emails go through when you're using Gmail. Now, even though Gmail is taking that right step in its direction, you can still see when the email was open, collect the user agent string if you really wanted to, and really fingerprint your users if you are a data harvesting company. So what can you do about this? So spy pixels are used everywhere. The social media giants even offer their own developer documentation spaces for the spy pixel. And like, for example, Facebook has the meta pixel with a complete documentation space where developers can add in the Facebook pixel to determine the efficacy of their advertisements as well as ad targeting. Google offers Google Analytics 4 pixel, which users can generate to embed in their website and track when a user visits their website, how many page views they're getting, and much more. And you may have even heard of the horrors of Gmail and their privacy violations, scanning email specifically for keywords and collecting extensive user information inside the Gmail email ecosystem to, of course, add targeted advertisements. Although spy pixels can provide useful insights into who visits your website, when they visit, or when your email was read, they are not very privacy friendly. Especially with your personal email inbox, it's something that is private to you and more sensitive than just you visiting a website out in the opened. If there is an email and it's something you want to ignore or come back later, I think it's important that you have that privacy control in mind and that you're not giving that information over to marketers or individuals who are trying to target you. And even if you never respond to that email, users and marketers can try to fingerprint you with an IP address or some sort of useful information so that they know that you are opening your email. And it's kind of like, if you get mail in from your home address, there is no one that's going to be watching you when you open that physical copy of your mail. You can determine to reply or throw it away, whatever you want to do. And I feel like that should be a similar type of model for email. So spy pixels can be removed. You can do this through maybe a Chrome or a browser extension, disabling email settings, or even just disabling HTML. But a lot of these are going to be not very user-friendly, and your email is going to look like 1990s web pages. So I highly recommend that you use a privacy-first application such as Protonmail. Now, Protonmail, it's completely free to use, and it blocks trackers, it's end-to-end encrypted, and really provides a pleasant, user-friendly experience. So what does Protonmail actually do? So specifically for spy pixels, Protonmail offers enhanced protection settings, which are enabled by default. So Protonmail blocks email spy pixels by preloading remote images on your behalf using a proxy and its IP address, something similar to what Gmail does, but they also hide your personal information and really the exact time when your email was opened. When you open the email containing blocked trackers, you'll be notified with a little symbol that says, hey, here is how many trackers were blocked when you opened this email. Something that's just nice to have. In addition to blocking spy pixels, Protonmail also offers end-to-end encryption. So the use of end-to-end encryption ensures that only you and the recipient are able to see the email. And unlike Gmail, which does offer end-to-end encryption for some business accounts, it's still able to collect valuable information on its users. Protonmail has a complete zero-access email solution, which is not able to view your email or its contents, even if you are communicating with somebody who doesn't have a Protonmail address. This is done by the use of Protonmail's cryptographic system, specifically using OpenPGP. So using the OpenPGP cryptographic standard, a public key cryptography system is used. Messages are encrypted with the recipient's public key and can only be decrypted using their private key, which only they have access to. So no one else, including Protonmail, can access the contents of E2E or end-to-end encrypted messages. And OpenPGP encrypts the contents of its messages and all of email attachments. And like I said, Protonmail's use of OpenPGP allows you to communicate with non-Proton users. And to do this, a mutually agreed upon password is used, which can be shared through a secure and private instant messaging service if you're not able to physically share the pre-shared secret. So the password setting is set on the computer field before you click send, and your email will be inaccessible to both Proton and your recipient's email provider. They will actually reply through a small little Protonmail portal, which allows the user to read and respond to the email with end-to-end encryption enabled by default. Protonmail is entirely open source and will always have a free option available, all while securing your data. So it's something you can get up and running for free. And everyone has a right to privacy, and that's why Proton makes this free as well as some other services. You can upgrade to access more features and support Proton's fight to a better internet. Paid plans are the only way Proton makes money. They're very transparent about that. So users who subscribe to Proton are supporting their privacy-focused future and their plan and goals. And unlike other privacy applications, Proton provides a pleasant and intuitive user experience. You don't have to give up your convenience of a nice UI for worse privacy. Proton does both. You can try using Protonmail for free using the link in the description below. There will always be a free option. There's no catch-all, but you can always subscribe to support Protonmail. All right, so hopefully you've learned something new in today's video. Spy pixels can be really quite effective for user tracking, and when it comes to communication applications, email, for example, it's a great idea to actually secure your communications and make sure you have privacy in mind. So thank you for Protonmail for sponsoring today's video. My small spy pixel proof of concept code will be available on GitHub. Like I said, feel free to check it out and fork it if you want to. So until the next video, have a good day, and yeah.